Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back to the Sunday recap, my weekly vlog where I talk a little bit about my last week in games. As always, we'll start with a little bit of EVE Online, but it's really just a little bit. I must admit I played way less than average last week. I think you can all guess why that is. It is of course the World of Warcraft expansion. Still, I managed to get a little bit of exploration in. I think I got 3 or 4 good combat sites and one of them gave me a very nice drop where I said like, hey, look at that. That's pretty decent earning for at least a couple of days, so it was well worth it to go out there and do like a quick exploration session. I usually either check 5 systems or 10 systems, and if you want it to be quick and effective, of course, take something like the Gila. One of the effective cruisers will get you through those sites very quickly and very easily. I also refueled the structures. All of those are good for like another month or so now, so no need to worry about that. And I of course did also come online every single day to do my PI, to take a look at the contracts for the blueprint copies and to do my research and all of that good stuff. So I'm in maintenance mode, or I have been in maintenance mode for the last week or so, because of course all my time was spent, or most of my time was spent in another game. I do think I'm going to have a little bit more time, or make a little bit more time for EVE Online next week, especially with the event that's coming. I am curious about the event that CCP has planned for Into the Abyss, and of course the rewards there. You've got some pretty fantastic skins for the Triglavian ships, which is my current goal for the skills that I am learning. After that I still need to get Kaldari Battleship to 5. I think I've got like 20 days left on that, and then I can finally also invest in the Golem and see what that does for like a mission ship. I think it could be really awesome. So that is basically my plan at the moment in EVE Online. Just, you know, keep it in maintenance mode, but put a little bit more time in than I did last week, especially with the new event, and then keep skilling up, get into those Triglavian ships, get those Tech 2 Triglavian weapons, and then finally do that Marauder skill training that I still have to do, which I thought I had. I thought I had Galtari Battleship 5, so I thought I was basically done after Marauder 5. Turns out it's not the case. I could buy it right now, of course, if I wanted to, but I prefer to go in with full skills and get all the ISK for that, put that aside, and really jump in when the ship will basically be close to at its best. Next up, let's talk a little bit about the World of Warcraft. The Battle for Azeroth expansion launched last week. Of course, I didn't get in on like hour 1, so you could, here in Europe, from Monday to Tuesday, from midnight, you could get started on the expansion, but I still had to work, so as a result, I only came in on Tuesday in the evening after my job, and then I started my leveling. I think 13 to 14 hours to level my Elemental Shaman to level 120, and I think I did all of it through questing except for one dungeon, which I did a specific dungeon in order to complete a quest and get a nice boost of XP that way. But overall, a little bit over an hour for a single level. Lots of people are, you know, finding this one to be a pretty long grind compared to Legion, especially from what I've heard. But I've enjoyed it. I think the 3 main zones for the Horde on the Troll Islands are really cool. They look very unique, and they've got a nice feel to them. Decent stories as well. I actually enjoyed playing through the main quest lines there and find out what's exactly happening behind the scenes for the Battle for Azeroth. And that's basically, of course, phase 1, get to max level. After that, if you do most of that through questing, you'll have plenty of reputation to unlock the world quests, and those are an absolutely amazing mechanic. I try to do as many of those as I can, because you get rep, you get Azerite, you get gear out of those, and that keeps scaling up as well, up to item level 340 or something like that. And it Titan Forges. I have had several rewards Titan Forge, and that is so rewarding to have a chance at like a nice pair of gloves, and then to see that Titan Forge another 15 item levels up there. It's such a nice upgrade all of a sudden. Really amazing. You also get epics if they Titan Forge from a certain point on, so feels really good. And I must say the world quest system that they grabbed from Legion and now put in the Battle for Azeroth is one of my personal favorite aspects of World of Warcraft at the moment. It's really something that you can do at your own pace. You can also decide on the difficulty and how much time you want to put in there, and it is very friendly to solo players. But a big difference with Legion, you've got War Mode on, of course, because, well, who doesn't? I think most people will play with War Mode. It's 10% extra reward as well, and it adds a little bit of spice to your World of Warcraft experience. And so from time to time you meet enemy players, or you do feel like, you know, I might play it safe. I see another Horde player, I'm just going to follow him, hope that he does the same quest that I want to do, and you get into some PvP brawls from time to time. Most of the time they are pretty one-sided, because there are Zergs that roam around the map as well, and that camp some of the best quests where they know that all the Horde will want to grab that reward as well. That's when you often meet like a dozen Alliance members, and the opposite will happen as well, of course. But it adds some spice, and I must say this is a pretty cool implementation for some world PvP, and it seems to be pretty successful. I've had some fun fights there as well. After that, when you get 120 and you've unlocked your world quests, what you want to probably do is get ready for heroic dungeons, which you need item level 305 for that, and heroic dungeons drop 325. To get ready for that, you can basically craft gear as well. I think you can pretty easily craft item level 300 gear, and then of course you have to run some heroics, try to get those items, try to get your item level up for the next tier, which is going to be mythics. And that's basically the place where I am at after less than a week of playing the expansion pretty intensively, I must say. I am basically now almost done. I think I've got a couple more pieces that I can get out of heroics, and then I'm almost ready for a mythic dungeon to try and get, I think it's 345 gear that you get from the mythic dungeons. So I've been enjoying this expansion so far quite a lot. I do enjoy my time in the World of Warcraft, but I'm also planning to scale down the time spent there a little bit so that I have room for EVE Online and potentially maybe another game as well, because I still also need that Monday video after the Stellaris series finishes. But yeah, first week of Battle for Azeroth, lots of fun from my perspective. And that's really it for this week, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.